need to know. One of the things about masculinity, a man must be able to solve problems. And what we normally say when you're comparing men and women is that men are interested in things and women are interested in people. And or boys are interested in things and girls are interested in people. And this also gears us up towards problem solving. And when you have a hobby, it gives you an opportunity to explore all the dimensions or the things that are related to that hobby. For example, I was very passionate about marathon running in my late 20s and early 30s. And I learned so much from that. I learned about what we call VO2 max. I learned about the function of glycogen, insulin, how fat burning works. I learned about a lot of injuries, ITBL injuries, back injuries. I learned about the various parts of the body, compartment, muscles, how the physiology of a human being is constructed, heel spurs, so many things about the human anatomy. You get to learn all this when you're interested in a particular sport because you get injuries and you get to learn how do you recover from these injuries. You learn about NSAIDs, that's a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, okay? So you learn about painkillers, the effects they have, how they work, compression, how you apply compression to a certain body part that is injured and how it makes it improve the blood flow and so on. So the knowledge that I gained, it's going to help me going forward. Maybe when I'm raising my children, if they get an injury, I know how to deal with it. And my wife has benefited from this. When she gets injuries from the gym, I'm normally able to locate the injury. Even sometimes she doesn't know she has an injury, but when I touch her, she realizes that she's in pain. So even for guys, it's very important to have a hobby. If it's hiking, for example, in the process of hiking, you learn about altitude sickness. You learn about how altitude impacts on the level of blood oxygen, how it affects your mind, your thinking, the way the temperature drops. This is just your environment. So hobbies also enable us as men to be able to learn our environment. And because men are problem solvers, you become a better problem solver when you understand phenomena. So many guys are very, very ignorant about basic things. And I remember there are sometimes you can ask somebody, adults, I've seen adults who you ask, you can ask them, does a cow drink milk? And they get confused, basic questions. You ask somebody, why is the sky blue and not pink or yellow? They don't understand the universe. So men have to be interested in the world, and you normally find a way of exploring the world by having hobbies. So that's very important. It gives you a holistic lifestyle. And I invite guys to Google or look for Ikigai. There's actually a book called Ikigai. So as we now go into today's subject, which are the experiences every man should have, I want to mention something that Andrew Tate said about the way the life of a man is difficult. Many women talk about patriarchy and they say that men are having it easy because we still live in a patriarchy. And so it's part of the victimhood that women have. They don't realize how difficult the life of a man is.
Sure.
Most, when women refer to the patriarchy refers to about 2% of men. The men who are at the top, the men who are exceptional, the men who are leaders, powerful, rich, wealthy men. 98% of men do the worst jobs on the universe. It's men who carry shit. It's men who do the most risky and dangerous jobs. It is men who die when they're working. And the highest rate of suicide is by men. That's actually a reflection of how difficult the life of a man is. And that's why it's important for us to have these kinds of discussions so that men can build themselves and so that they can become exceptional. Because if a man is not exceptional, his life becomes very, very difficult. In fact, I wanted to also mention, there's a video Psych sent last week that being a celebrity as a man is what it takes for a man to experience what it feels like to be like a woman. And I could relate to it because nowadays I have people calling me, telling me, "Bana, we should have coffee. I'd like to talk to you. I'll buy coffee. I'll pay for the coffee." Even women do this, by the way. Women want to talk to me. So for the first time, I'm realizing, okay, so this is how it feels like to be a woman
in the spotlight.
Because a woman, people will offer to buy you drinks, they send you fare. You've not even worked for it.
Yeah.
You've not done any work.
Yeah.
But a man has to work really hard and become exceptional for him to start being treated like a woman.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
It's interesting what you said about that.